and welcome. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're all doing really well. Great to be with you again here, coming to you live from Prague in the Czech Republic. And of course, as you can see, I'm joined by a very special guest today. We have Gavin in the studio. Gavin, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thanks. How's it going?
Doing good?
Hello,
Do you know what? Not too
everybody.
bad. It's been quite a cool week this week in Prague. Temperatures dropped a little bit, so it's a little bit cold, but hopefully you're quite warm in the studio with all of those studio lights in your face. I imagine it's a little bit warmer than it is in my flat. And also a massive hello to everyone in the chat as well. Great to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. Maybe Gavin, if you wanted to maybe introduce yourself a little bit before we get started. For those who might not have seen your face before, you've been on stream once before for the Pink Ribbon charity last year. You're saying it was over a year now since your last on a stream with us at SES.
That's
Maybe
right.
you could introduce yourself.
My name's Gavin Endicott. I'm a game designer here at SES Software in Prague. And yeah, as you say, the last time I was here sitting in front of the camera was actually in our previous studio, which is now relocated. So now we're in the newer studio and the lights are looking really fantastic, a little bit warm, but that's all right. So yeah, we had the Pink Ribbon back in October 2019, and actually just recently I was working with yourself and fantastic news that we were able to donate a further 50,000 United States dollars to the 4 charities, which was absolutely brilliant. So yeah. But due to complications with COVID and what have you, I don't think I ended up on any streams that time. But here I am now, so they got me in.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's really nice of you to come on after work, of course. And yeah, what do you think of the new studio anyway? I mean, it's for those who don't know, we haven't really shown any photos of it, but previously we built this studio in this massive room, but since SES Software has grown since then, we've had a lot more people join. We've kind of had to now use that larger space so more people can move into the office. Of course, now everyone's working at home again, so it's not really being utilized right now. Everyone's staying safe and doing their part to stay apart from each other. But the studio is now in a smaller area, and it's a little bit more compact, but I think it does a really nice job. And I've heard they've got a really nice new green screen in there. I haven't seen that for myself in person, the new green screen that they've got up, but it seems to be working very well. Gavin looking very lovely against the green screen background. So, but Gavin's choosing a job for us today. You're in Euro Truck Simulator 2 was his game of choice. Any reason for that preference, Gavin?
It's because I really like driving through Europe, and there's still some parts of ETS2 that I haven't seen yet. I'm just thinking about actually maybe heading over to Norway.
Lovely part of the world, yeah.
But
Decisions.
It's
a choice.
That's what I have to figure out. So
well, you figure out whatever you want to do. You can choose any journey that you like. If it's too long, we might not be able to complete it in one streaming session, but that's okay. Also, we do have the parking challenge that we're going to require for you to do at some point. We'll get round to that a little bit closer to the time.
Oh, yeah.
But you kind of know the rules about that, right? Have you heard about the parking challenge?
I've heard about it, but I don't really know what the rules are. But we'll see.
Okay, we'll get to it. But we'll figure that out later. We'll give you a bit of time to drive, get settled in, and stuff like that as well. Let's take a look at who's in the chat right now. Hello to everybody. We're on live on twitch.tv/SES Software. Also live on our Steam pages as well. We've got quite a few over there. We've got Antares, Togoroff as well, and Vlad, of course. Great to see you all this evening. Over on our Twitch chat, we have the likes of Aljaz, Jason, 40NPC. We've got Sven_Trucker, Marcelo, Julio, Waffles for the win, Scania Lover, Acid. We got Ghost Sonic 117. Some fantastic usernames in here, and some great people returning back. Good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well this evening. And yeah, let us know where you're tuned in from. We always love to know where you're watching from in the world. And speaking of the world, I was going to say, Gavin, would you be one of our furthest employees, like in terms of where you're originally from? I'm not sure.
I guess, yeah, coming from New Zealand, I think that's probably the farthest, really. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's as far as you can go, right? Unless you were to get someone out right from like the Pacific Islands in like Samoa or Tonga or French Polynesia, I don't think you can get much further from from New Zealand. But
well, I know that if you draw a line from New Zealand through the center of the Earth, it'll come out in Spain somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but
that's interesting to know, though.
yeah.
But speaking of, I mean, you've been living in Prague for a little while now. How long have you exactly been living in the Czech Republic? When did you move over here?
Oh, it's been about 10 years.
Been about 10 years now.
Yeah.
And how do you enjoy it? I mean, do you like it here? Do you love it here, or?
I love it.
I mean, how does it differ from home?
Oh, so many ways, but it's. I mean, you know, as a Kiwi growing up on a farm in New Zealand, you take a lot of things for granted, and then of course when you leave, you miss them. But when I was growing up, one of the things I always wanted to do was to see Europe and to go see castles and check out the history of all of the countries in Europe, because there's just so much incredible history, and Prague has got an incredible amount of castles. I think it's got like one of the highest number of castles of any country in Europe. So at the moment, I'm still doing the castle thing, and and there's still more for me to see with all of that kind of stuff. So I've been to France. I love it over there. I still want to go to Norway, in fact, with my wife. She's got some friends over there. Hopefully when COVID's over, we'll get a chance to go over there.
I hope so, yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, really, you're in a really good position, of course. I mean, being in mainland Europe here, you kind of got the gateway to all of the countries, gateway even, and you can just really go exploring. Obviously, now a little bit different times that we're unfortunately not able to do that, but I'm sure in the future things will get back to normal a little bit, so you can do that. But no, it's really cool to hear that. You know, that's something that you really enjoy, and I imagine that you've been doing a lot of traveling in the past. But before we kind of delve into the present, this whole stream, by the way, is all about Gavin today. We're talking with Gavin and about his history and his time here at SCS Software, no pressure, while he's doing a bit of driving, which is, I know, a very hard combination to do. I've done it myself, and I'm not doing it again for very good reason. It's not easy to think and drive on the go. But let's throw it back a little bit. Let's go into the past a little bit and talk about some of your history. So before you even joined SCS, what was the kind of work that you were doing? Did you move here originally for a job, or did you learn things out in New Zealand back in your hometown, or how does your history fare for us?
I came over with a bunch of people from Australia, because I first left New Zealand and then moved to Australia, and we worked in serious games, doing simulation for first responders and military, and then after that. I had a little bit of a break and made one of my own games with a friend of mine, and then I ended up applying for work and ended up with SCS. So that's basically the short story. So I started out, how I got into game design, I started out modding, as a matter of fact, and the reason why I started modding was because my history of employment prior to that was film and television. And in film and television, I was doing a lot of editing, a lot of post-audio production, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just trying to think, how do I get to this trailer? Because I see the flag over there. Is this my trailer here? No, it's not, because it doesn't have...
No.
How do we get there?
I think there's a place around the back, maybe. Maybe you have to reverse up, and maybe there's a place on the other side.
I'm blind, so okay, so joining a modding team as an audio engineer, because I wanted to improve the audio on a game that they were working on as a mod, and so I said to them, I'm willing to do all the audio, and so they said, cool, welcome to the team. I'm lost. Did
you? I think you'll need to go to the gate. If you go to the gate,
I have to go out, don't I, and then go left?
I believe so. I think there might be a second entrance that you might need to take.
All right. So, I gotcha. So anyway, I ended up doing all the audio and sound, and everyone said great job. But what I noticed was I became very interested in, this is confusing, I became very interested in the scripting and the particle effects and the AI and the ballistics and all that. This is not where I need to go, is it? No. You're going to have to help me here, man, because I can't find my way in unless I'm...
Apparently, so chat are saying, I think chat are trying to help you out. Chat are saying there's another entrance. They're saying keep going. They're saying keep going.
Oh, okay. So
it's
I'm
on
not...
the left. It's on the left here.
So I'm not a complete and utter moron? I mean,
no.
Sometimes that happens, but... Okay, so... All right.
Go left, yeah. You should be here.
Gotcha. Thanks, community.
Hey, there you go. Everyone's got your back here. It's all good.
I mean, yeah, I feel particularly dumb. Unfortunately, just because I'm a game designer doesn't mean I've picked up from every depot.
Yeah, some of them can be a little bit tricky,
so,
especially have different and new prefabs that are a little bit more challenging.
So I ended up becoming very interested in working in particle effects and the AI, and taught myself the scripting. And as a result, I was learning from what these other modders had themselves done, and I taught myself from their scripts, and we ended up making an extremely popular mod, did really well, and from that mod, I got my first work in Australia working on the simulation.
Okay,
so,
wow. Someone asking in chat, if you don't mind delving into it, but they're asking, what game did Gavin create on his own?
Well, I didn't do it on my own. I did it with my friend. So I was doing designing and marketing and all of that stuff. The programming was done by my friend Enrico Turi. Virtual slot cars. So it's still in early access, but I don't want to. I don't want to be doing plugs about
honestly,
early
it's fine.
Game.
Because it's all part of the chat and all the interview and everything. So yeah,
so that was
no problem to talk about it.
that was like our experimental game, and we'll see what will happen with that in the future. But at the moment, I'm looking to get out of here without crashing. Okay.
It's all right. You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine.
So
there we go.
The trouble is, do you know what? I didn't even actually set up my mirrors before I started driving. So
no, I mean you can put on the on-screen mirrors if you need to by clicking I think it's F2 or F3.
Yeah.
If you need those, but
well, I normally
up to you if you want to use it.
I actually normally have the one on the right.
Yeah, that's what I usually do as well. It's kind of just because you can't normally see that from your kind of wide view angle there.
Exactly. Okay, so right.
There you go. You're on the way.
I'm on
but that's
my
really
way.
interesting to know. Yeah. I mean, Timmy's already gone ahead and linked your game in the chat for everybody to take a look at. So there it is. If you do want
actually,
to check it out.
You don't have to buy it, guys. If you go to Itch.io, it's on Itch.io, the demo, and you can get the demo for free. So if you're just curious, you can go to Itch.io and download it, and you'll be able to play the game for free. So
there you go. Yeah. Nice plug there for virtual slot cars if you do want to go check it out for sure. And that's part of the history of where you've gotten to today. And let's talk about that. How did you actually find out about SCS Software in the first place? You know, how did you come across the name and the company, and what kind of drove you towards maybe applying for a position here?
Well, actually, it was through another former colleague that I worked with. His name is Johnny, and he's an artist, and he's a fantastic artist. And I said to him that I was looking for work, and I said, did he have any ideas of where I might be able to apply? And he said that there might be an opening here. So I wrote in, and the rest is history. So yeah, that's basically how I heard about it. But I mean, I was already aware of the simulation. I was already aware of the game. And it's obviously it already had a great presence on Steam, and I was doing a lot of stuff on Steam with my own game before, so it was always ever present in the background. But I never thought that I would end up working for such a wonderful company, to be perfectly honest, because it's really after working in the different places, doing my own project and everything, working here is a real pleasure. So
that's great to hear. And I mean, the original position you applied for, was it the position that you have now, or was it a completely different position?
It was basically when I came in, I sat down and I spoke with Pavel, and we discussed my what I felt I had to offer, and Pavel, being the great guy that he is, helped mold a position because they had certain requirements that they needed to fulfill. They needed to do certain things, and as the discussion progressed, it became clear that I quite liked some of the things that they wanted to do. And for example, one of the things was they wanted to pay more attention to World of Trucks events and stuff like that. And I said that would be right up my alley. And that's not a small part of what I'm doing here. So I'm working with a lot of really enthusiastic, talented people, as well as writing the lore and creating the rewards and achievements and designing, assisting in designing the World of Trucks events. And it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying. And another great thing about it is that it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's one of the wonderful things about events, just like making films, which I used to also do, is that one of the great things I loved about making films was they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. They finish, you know, they're not perpetual. And if you crash and burn, then that's okay. You can pick yourself up and you can start again. But if you've got an ongoing product which you're servicing and you're not happy with that product, or for whatever reason, or you're not interested, and you're working in a company where it's not necessarily, you don't see the progress, or it's harder to see the progress, then like has been with some positions I've been in the past, then it's less inspiring. And one of the things that I like here is that everyone really loves the product. Everyone just seems to really enjoy working on the product. They play the product, and everyone's always talking about different ways they can make it better. And not only that, everyone's always talking about the community and what the community is saying, and that's the community needs to be aware of this, because that the developers here are always talking about you guys, the community, and what you want, and they're always considering all the things that you say, and are being inspired from it, which is really cool. Yeah,
it is, and it's. I mean, it's great to be in a company where they do care for the community so much. We do care about you guys, and it's really great to see that they really pay attention to it. Onyx Dragon here says, totally agree with Gavin. Working on a project where you don't see the final results, etc., it gets you working on a project where you can see what you do go into the hands of others is an awesome feeling. So
it is,
they're agreeing with you, yeah.
I mean, even though ETS2 and ATS is a product that's rolling on, it has these milestones, and these milestones are great, and they're happening all the time, and you just get that sense of delivery, you get that sense of satisfaction, and it brings genuine satisfaction to be able to make the delivery of the product to the community, and to see them play with it and enjoy it. And when you've got ongoing products with other types of simulation products and things like that, you don't even a lot of the times you never even see the customer at all, let alone hear back from them.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. Yeah, and it's quite refreshing to see that in a company. And quite a few people here asking about your job, and maybe wanted to delve in a little bit more about the World of Trucks event, because obviously maybe there's some things that we can't talk about with your role, things that haven't been announced or kept secret, and we want to keep those secret.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I would like to talk about, but I can't. So
exactly, it's quite difficult, and that's the same for a lot of roles, unfortunately, here at SES. But let's talk about World of Trucks, continuing on that topic, World of Trucks events. What was the first World of Trucks event that you actually worked on? I mean, you've been here for a little while now, right? You've been here for over a year easily, right? Is it been your year milestone?
I started in June 17th, 2019, I believe.
Yep. So over a year already, yeah.
Yeah. But COVID has just messed I've lost track of time completely.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? It's gone really, really fast this year.
I've lost track of time, and I'm sure other people are suffering from. Stay strong, people. Stay strong. We're going to get through this. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. The first. Okay, so the first one was, I believe. When was it? I think it was Goodyear.
Makes sense, yeah. I think it would be. I was just thinking the same thing as well. I think it might have been Goodyear.
I think it was, and that was a lot of fun. And it was a little bit of a challenge, but I think, incredibly supportive team. The team that I'm working with here, the World of Trucks team, I couldn't wish for a better team. Really supportive, and the management and the other departments. Interdepartmental communication here is second to none. It's really good. Everyone listens to everyone else. Everyone allows each department to have their say, and it's really good. There's not a heck of a lot of clashing, you know. You meet plenty of passion in the people, but everyone addresses the points, and we all work together as a team, and it's really nice to see that.
It is. I can imagine.
Coming from where I've come from, so
yeah, I mean we've all been in different workplaces before, and it's safe to say that SCS software is an extraordinary place to work for sure.
Yeah.
Just want to point onto a funny comment in the chat that I'm just going to have to laugh about, but Doc_Nader says 2020 and Goodyear in the same sentence.
That's true. Yeah, true that. True that.
We can agree with that. But you know, it's challenging times. It is what it is. We're pushing through it, and hopefully we'll get through it together, like Gavin said. But speaking of projects, what was like one of the projects that you've enjoyed doing most so far? I know you haven't been with the company too long, so but is there a project that you've really enjoyed working on, or one that was quite challenging for you as well?
I've enjoyed all of the projects, but one that I did find incredibly satisfying, which affected me at a level which I didn't expect, was the first Pink Ribbon event. Because I'd never done anything remotely close to something like that before, and so I decided to go in neck deep. I just jumped in and I did research, and I wanted to find out as much as I could about what these organizations do, and how they spend their money, and how they look after the patients, and there was a heck of a lot of research, but in the end it all paid off, because we got a tremendous involvement. We got a tremendous feedback from the community, and we raised an awful lot of money, and we had the Czech breast cancer organization come here, and to meet them and to have a demonstration by them and teaching us how to self-exam, and discussing the trials and tribulations that each one of these ladies has had to go through themselves, having been victims of cancer themselves. You know, at the end of the day, it was just really humbling and really satisfying to be able to feel that you've been a small part of making something like that happen, and to see it go, see the money going where it really makes a difference. So that's probably one of the most satisfying. The most fun. Well, like I said, they were all pretty much fun. I think the Christmas one was a heck of a lot of fun.
Christmas is a lot of fun, and it's scary how fast that's approaching again. But it's always a nice one to have with the community, right? The Christmas ones.
It is, and I can't say anything about the next Christmas one, but we want it to be better. So
that's That's all we're saying. There's always room for improvement and little changes here and there, of course. We always, like you said, we very closely monitor the feedback of the community at these events, and we kind of change things around every time to try our best to make it better for the next one.
I tell you what, though.
What's that?
I am really interested in seeing what happens this Christmas because, of course, you know, the silver lining of a bad situation. The bad situation is we have COVID and that everyone's at home. But the silver lining is, who knows what that's going to do to the numbers of players at Christmas time for the Christmas event.
This is something I always wonder.
This is going to be really interesting. So
because our community are crazy. I'm sorry, I have to say it. But in terms of, we set a goal for what we think is a reasonable goal based off a last event about something. And we go, okay, they achieved this many millions of miles in such a short time, and they smashed it in a week. So we need to put up more this time, and we need to add it on a different scale, blah, blah, blah. And so we go, okay, we're happy with that. We think that this is going to take an estimate of, 1-2 weeks. And then you guys just smash it in 24 hours again. And it's just like, what are you doing? It seems like the community is always ready to take on the challenge and complete it in a record time. And I think we keep seeing that time and time again from our community, right?
Well, we do. And what with the situation around the world being it is now, I really don't know what to expect. All bets are off.
So what we're trying to say here is that the next one is going to be 20 billion miles. You have a week to complete it. Good luck.
It's gonna be a challenge. Let's just say that for everyone. Okay. But I think they're gonna smash it. I really think
absolutely.
They will.
They always rise up to the challenge, and you know, they're saying it in the chat already. Easy, whatever you're throwing at us, easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely up for the challenge. That's for sure.
Okay, so I haven't crashed yet. I don't want to jinx it.
Good.
I think I just jinxed it.
Don't jinx it. No. Touch wood. We're good. All right. I think you're doing good. You're doing good so far.
They are in Sweden.
We're in Sweden. Oh yeah. We took the ferry over already.
They are in Sweden.
It's always a wonderful part of the world.
I love Sweden. I've been there several times, and it's so wonderful. And the people are so incredibly nice. And when they say hi to each other, it's really cute because they go, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
I mean, I want to go up to, I would love to, and I haven't been up there, but I would love to go up to the right, like the very tip of northern Norway. Where it's very, very cold, and maybe, hopefully, I know the chances are always very slim, but I've seen the northern lights as well.
Yeah, but, that's one thing I haven't seen, and it's one thing I would love
to see that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Maybe the community could say if they've seen the northern lights and where they saw them and where the best place might be. I'm not sure.
Well, I've heard going up to a place called Tromsø is very nice, and it's a good place to go see the northern lights. I know you can see them up in Greenland sometimes as well, and also places in like northern Canada. It's in the Arctic Circle area, really, I think, for a lot of people. So
roundabout coming through.
In fact, do they have lots of roundabouts over in New Zealand?
Yeah, they do. New Zealand,
Okay.
New Zealand loves roundabouts, perhaps a little bit too much.
More than the British?
Do you know what? I haven't.
I mean, it's a bold claim to say that.
I haven't really driven. In fact, I haven't driven in the UK, so I can't answer
have you not?
that.
Okay.
No.
That's fair enough. I mean, we're roundabout crazy. We have mini roundabouts, large roundabouts, small roundabouts. We even have a magic roundabout. I'm not sure if you've seen that one. It's like we have like a big roundabout in the middle. Not the TV show.
I used to watch it as a TV show, the Magic Roundabout.
Yeah, there's a TV show called the Magic Roundabout, but we have one called the Magic Roundabout where you have a big roundabout, a main roundabout, but then on the outside of that roundabout, there's also several mini roundabouts. So you kind of have to like kind of zigzag your way around. It's don't go there, trust me. I mean, they even have like a tour bus for people who want to go on the roundabout for fun but don't actually want to drive it. So they actually have a tour bus driver who's a professional of the Magic Roundabout. I don't know, go around it for you. So yeah, but apparently that's also, I think it's quite savage. It's apparently also part of a driving test area. It's part of the route. So new driving students also have to tackle that magic roundabout as well in their driving test, which I think is wild.
Speaking of driving tests, I'm going to have to probably go for my Czech one because
Oh, okay.
I've got the New Zealand driver's license, but I can't swap it over because it's not. If it was an EU one, I could swap it over. I could just say, "Here's my EU one," and pay them some money and swap it over. But I think I'm going to have to do the full driver's license test over here. So that's going to be fun.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I mean,
it's going to bring back lots of great memories.
I can imagine. Yeah, I just passed my driving tests last month.
Yeah, that's right. You were going over
to the UK.
That's right, and you didn't hit anything then, right?
No, I actually. Do you know what? I surprised it. So here's the funny thing, right? My brother, I have a younger brother, and he had his driving test scheduled for the day before.
Oh, and yeah.
I had mine the day after, so it was a bit of a family feud. Who's going to be better? Because you can pass, but usually with the pass you'll get like a certain amount of minor faults. Of course, if you get a serious fault, then it's an instant fail. But you can pass, I think, with up to 11 or 12 minor faults, minor driver faults.
Okay.
So he came back from his driving test the day before, and he had one minor fault on his driving test.
Oh yeah.
One minor fault. He was like, ha, beat that. And now I want the chat to guess how many minor faults I got. Considering you've seen me on the roads of Euro Truck Simulator 2 on the stream, just bear that in mind, how not very good of a driver I am on the stream. How many faults do you think I got realistically? People are saying 2, 6, 8, 5, 11. Someone, okay.
Ow,
11.
God damn it. 10!
7.
Bloody thing's not turning.
7. People saying 7. I'll tell you what.
I think he got 0.
No joke. I'm gonna flex. I got 0 minor.
Aha! See?
I had a perfect drive.
Well done. Good for you,
and it was in
Alex.
the rain. And it was in the rain. And I had to do an emergency start.
Respect, Mr. Blackman.
Flex.
Respect.
Sorry. So, but yeah, that's the driving part. But hey, I mean, that's interesting to hear because you're not only gonna have to deal with driving on the right-hand side of the. Wait, do you drive on the left or the right in New Zealand? That's a question.
We drive on the right-hand side, which is the left.
Wait. Oh, good. Yes. Okay. I was gonna say that's the correct side, the left-hand side. But you have to now relearn to drive on the right-hand side. But not only that, here in Prague, you also have the fun thing of having trams that drive alongside you as well.
Yeah.
And
that's
just a whole nother challenge in itself, right?
I actually learned to drive on the right-hand side of the road, which is the wrong-hand side of the road, by the way.
It is.
I'm kidding.
Confirmed.
I learned to drive on the right-hand side of the road in the United States, in Florida, and okay. they have incredibly good roads. At least I thought they were. Their roads were amazing. They didn't have
huge though, aren't they? So much space.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they're so great. Is that they're huge. They're very well painted. They have a very good light system. You can turn right on the red, which I think is the best rule I've ever seen, which is
I love that. I do love that rule. It should be implemented more everywhere.
Hang on. Do I go this way? Yep. But they have these big concrete barriers in between the left side and the right side of the road. So really, you can't go wrong. And so I'm very glad that I learned to drive on the right-hand side while I was over there, because as you were saying, in Prague, I was terrified because there's all these little cobble streets and there's these tram lines everywhere and there's people running across the street and there's bicycles and trolley buses and it's for somebody who's not used to seeing trams and all of that, it's quite busy. And of course you have to, everything gives way to the tram. The tram stops for nobody.
That's it. It's right of way for everybody. Right of way for the tram. Nobody else has right of way.
Yeah.
Except emergency vehicles, maybe, I think. No, do they?
Well, I've got to get my Czech driver's license before I can answer that question.
You learn this stuff, Gavin. You need to learn this stuff, man. Maybe someone can tell. I tell you what, I do live next to a tram line here, and we have a part of the road where you can turn onto my road that goes down to the hospital here. Ambulances often drive down my road here, but it crosses over the tracks and it's like a flat piece of road, but they have to stop in their lane to then turn left. And I can imagine it's quite hard to look back. there's a tram coming from the opposite direction, or behind you even. It's in your blind spot of it.
Yeah.
In the past week, we've had 2 or 3 accidents.
Oh, really?
At the junction. Luckily, nobody is hurt. They're approaching a station at that point, so it's at slower speeds. But you just hear it, the ring of the tram bell, and then impact. So yeah, it's quite a tricky one, actually. I can imagine.
I think it seems to me that it makes perfect sense for the trams to have right of way because they've got so much inertia and so much weight. I don't think they can stop all that easily. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody who knows about tram engineering, but it's just a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those bells are great because they saved my bacon once. Because if it's snowing, I don't know if you've been walking, or you probably have, but when it's snowing and you're in town here, and it gets very, very quiet because, of course, the snow absorbs all of the sound.
So much. It's eerie almost.
If you happen to be, as I was, walking around with my headphones blaring, walking home one day, a little bit tired, it's dark, and you're walking over the tram lines, and you're not paying attention as you should, and it's so quiet, and you can't hear the trams because there's no rattle of them on the road because they're on the tram line. And so the ding-dong's all they've got. So if you happen to be walking and not looking, not paying attention, they do the ding-dong, and the ding-dong will cut through your earphones and you'll hear it. And luckily I heard it, and so I stopped.
That's good.
It was very good.
So don't have to pay attention a bit more when crossing the roads.
So don't diss the ding-dong.
That's it, exactly.
Don't diss the ding-dong, because it's a lifesaver.
Just want to remind as well, everybody that's in our chats right now, hello everyone, hope you're doing well. We've been chatting away here, of course, with Gavin here in the studio. I'm also in Prague, but just live from my home, the ultimate social distancing going on right now. If you're joining us, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. If you're just joining us, then do not panic, because this stream will be available for a 30 days on Twitch to watch again, and we will also release it on our YouTube channel as well if you want to watch it back at any time of your convenience as well. That's SES Software on YouTube. As you also know, I know we're driving a newer truck right now, but this is some worthy piece of news as well. We did actually release when I say release, we announced the release date for Colorado on Friday last week, on the 6th of November, and excited to say Colorado for American Truck Simulator will be releasing on the 12th of November this week, so in 2 days. Exciting. It is very, very exciting. It's always exciting to have a map expansion release, especially Colorado. It's such a beautiful state. Have you had a bit of a chance to drive through Colorado yourself, Gavin?
And I don't want to say too much, but boy, outstanding. You guys are not going to want to miss Colorado. And when Idaho came out, it blew me away, and Colorado, it's just like, wow. So it's just they just
stepping up the game.
They're stepping it up every time.
They definitely are, yeah. So the 12th of November, and if you haven't already, someone mentioned it in chat earlier, but if you have Colorado on your Steam wish list, make sure to take a screenshot of it, take a lovely photo, send it to us on our social medias at SES Software, on our Twitter, Facebook pages, or on our Instagram, with the hashtag #ReadyForColorado. Then you could win a early access key that unlocks Colorado 3 hours before the actual initial release of Colorado, so you can be playing it before your mates, and you can have a little flex on them that you're already in Colorado before them. So if you do want to do that, then definitely get those in. We'll be announcing, or we'll be getting in contact with the winners very, very soon. For
these
that.
are the
make sure to add it to your wish list.
These are the subs, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
They
so
are
that's
very famous subs.
Yeah.
Produced in Sweden, actually, I believe, or made in Sweden.
Yeah.
And yeah, so definitely get involved in that. Again, Colorado releasing on the 12th of November, so definitely add it to your Steam wishlist. If you have already, then thank you for your support. Adding to your wishlist does really, really help us in terms of getting our game out there and known to people, and supporting us here at the studio as well. So we really do appreciate your support. You can check out more information about that at our blog.scsoft.com. Lots of wonderful things there, including new special transport routes that will be coming along with it as well, and also a special stream that'll be it's planned to be on on the release day on the 12th of November, but starting at around 3 p.m. Prague time. So definitely keep an eye out for more information on that. And also another subject on American Truck Simulator as well. If you haven't already, go check out our most recent blog post about the Hard Trucks Tribute. I think it's a really, really cool paint job that you can claim there via World of Trucks, actually, on the subject of that, where you can claim a tribute paint job coming from the Hard Truck 18 Wheels of Steel's Day, which is 2002.
Yep.
Wow.
18
long time
years
ago.
Yeah.
18 Wheels of Steel, and it's a flame paint job that's on the trucks that was
Hard Truck
originally
Heat.
in that game. But now you can own it for yourself in American Truck Simulator, and you can earn that by being registered on World of Trucks and connecting your World of Trucks account to American Truck Simulator. Pick an external contract in American Truck Simulator to or from any location. Just has to be at least 500 miles long. Complete the external contract job, and you should be able to claim your gift within worldoftrucks.com. And you'll have until the 7th of February 2021 to complete that. So plenty of time. Don't forget about it. But there is a free paint job there for you to claim. Cool stuff.
Is my shuttle.
Wonderful little, nice little shout out to American Truck Simulator there, the younger brother of Euro Truck Simulator 2. But let's get back to you, Gavin, because it is mainly about you today and about your history here at SCS. And
it's
what
all
you
about
get up to as well.
It's all about me, Alex.
It's all about you today.
It's all about
It's
me.
like, what's the show where they had the book and they talk about today is your day. So
This is your life.
this is your life.
But you're supposed to be like 93 years old when you do that, right? Or
Right, you're meant to be a bit older, yeah. You're still very, very young, Gavin, so
yes,
we won't get into that.
yes.
But let's go for our next part of our chat with you. And this is something that we do with everybody who comes onto the stream. We have a bit of a quick questions round. So we're going to go through some pretty quick questions, and you just need to answer them, okay? So you ready for this?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, so do you prefer American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2?
Euro Truck Sim. Please don't hate me, American Truck Simulator drivers.
We went into a little bit of why earlier, but yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that answer was coming. Which truck is your favorite?
At this point in time, it's the Mercedes Actros.
Very nice choice. It's a nice truck.
But when I do drive in American Truck Simulator, I love I love the classic old Kenworth.
Oh, the one with the big pipes, big long front nose.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a classic. Can't beat it. You see, that truck just reminds me of like kind of a bit more old school America, because you always see it in like the older movies, trucking around on the highways.
Yep.
A lot of fun there. Do you prefer to drive in interior or exterior camera?
Interior.
Interior.
Yeah.
Do you prefer hard or easier parking?
I normally, I've never done the hard parking. I always do
You're gonna have no choice later on.
I do the medium parking.
Medium.
Because the easy's just skip parking, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the easiest one is skip, but there is also like an easy option sometimes. Usually there's like 3 or 4 options.
I mean, I park, Sometimes it's a little bit tricky,
It is. That's true. I mean, we'll find out later how you do on the hard parking, because that's, that's kind of forced onto you to do the harder parking.
Really?
But I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you usually do? Do you have a cup of coffee? Do you have some breakfast? What's your routine?
I wake up in the morning and go to the John.
I mean, we didn't need that detail, but yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
And then coffee. Yeah.
Coffee.
Definitely coffee. Yeah.
See, I would have thought you were more of a tea man, but hey, that's just me assuming.
I have tea later, a late morning. Yes.
So kind of like after you've had your initial wake up.
Yeah, I like a nice strong cup of PG Tips.
PG Tips.
Yeah.
Nice
it's the tea you can really taste.
Is that actually the slogan of it?
That's actually the slogan of it. At least it was when I was a boy watching TV.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I don't know. I think they still have the monkey as their character.
Chimpanzees, thank you, Alex.
Chimpanzees.
I apologize. Monkeys have tails.
We'll get that correct.
Oh,
yeah, that's very rude of me. I apologize.
Yes, rude.
Any chimpanzees I've offended out there.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I remember seeing those adverts on TV when I was young as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back into the questions. Do you have a favorite food?
Yes, lamb roast.
Lamb roast.
Yeah.
Wow.
with mint peas,
Ultimate favorite.
mint peas,
Mint
roast
peas.
potatoes, roast parsnip, roast carrots, roast. Did I say roast potatoes? Mint peas and mint sauce, and rosemary, garlic, and honey glazing on the lamb. And that's probably one of my favorite dishes that I always love to cook.
Oh, you can cook it yourself?
I love cooking it. Yeah, I love.
Wow.
It's awesome.
So hang on, let me get a moment here. So when are you next free for me to come over to your place? Dinner appointment. I gotta try this out.
Sure.
Okay. Do you have a favorite drink? It could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. That's up to you.
Yeah. I have a favorite. Ooh, do I have a favorite drink? Well, probably. Well, it's a tricky question because when I was in New Zealand, I used to always only drink red wine, and I never really drank beer. But since I've come to the Czech Republic, their beer is so bleeding good. I've started drinking beer over here, and so I have to say that I do like a nice, cool beer now, which I was never a fan of beer before. And I like Untitled, and I like which is a Czech beer, by the way. It's fabulous Czech beer. Hang on, I need to get off here. All right, yeah. And Radagast is nice. Pilsen, and I can't think of the other ones, but yeah. So Untitled 12-degree beer is really, really nice. And if I'm going to have something a little bit stronger, then I really do like a nip of Laphroaig or a Glenfiddich single malt Scotch.
Dang.
So
quite the choice there.
Those would be my favorites, I suppose. I'm not a rum person. I'm not a gin person. So yeah, that's my poison.
Dang. Well, that's a good choice there. I like it. Lots of good brands there and good drinks for sure. Do you have a favorite music or band or artist or anyone? Music genre?
I'm pretty eclectic. These days, I probably listen more to movie soundtracks and stuff than I do groups. But really, the musicians that have influenced me a lot in my life are people like the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, and I don't know. I can't remember the last time I actually went out and bought an album.
I mean, it's all about streaming and online these days, isn't it? It's
yeah,
I'm
listening to a lot of electro swing these days.
Oh, electro swing, okay.
I really enjoy that.
Caravan Palace.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Is it Haley Reinhardt? Is it or?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Wasn't she on that singing show, Haley Reinhardt or something? I don't remember.
I think because she does Seven Nations Army, and she does an electro swing, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Is that the ones from Postmodern Jukebox?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do like that cover.
I really love that stuff. It's so good. But I'm pretty eclectic. I mean, every now and then I'll throw in an old Cranberries or U2 or Pink Floyd. Oh God, I used to love Pink Floyd like crazy. So, yeah. But
good choices. Solid names there.
Yeah, but movie soundtracks. There's so many good. Like I love the soundtrack to Black Sails. The folk music that you hear in that series is really, really brilliant, and that's done by Bear McCreary. He's the composer and also plays the instruments with his orchestra. It's really cool. I can highly recommend Bear McCreary. He's so talented in the music that he makes. It's really high quality. Does it for game. Original Rainbow Six
Oh, really?
Music
Okay.
Stings. Yeah, that was like when he was starting out. So he's been in the game for a long time, and he wasn't really doing movies back then, and now he's doing movies and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Super interesting. I mean, good collection of artists and different names there as well. Fantastic. Recommends for sure. Do you, and okay, this is gonna be another hard one because there's just so much choice out there these days. But do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, well, I've got a million movies that I love.
Exactly. I mean, you can choose a top 3 if you want as well. But
okay, well, what I want this tie, Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Okay. Yep. Solid.
I love that film. Because it's great at the end. And but
Spoilers. I'm joking.
but the only other film, the only film where I've gone to the cinema and seen it at the cinema and turned around and walked straight back in and paid the money again to go and sit down and watch it again at the cinema was James Cameron's Terminator 2.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That just totally blew me away. And
Special effects in that.
I can't
for that
remember.
time.
I can't remember when it came out. Was it like 1990 or 91?
Maybe. I mean, I would say it is early 90s, but
But
I don't remember.
It was amazing. The story was so great, and the acting and the characters and the special effects, as you say, they were the cutting edge, bleeding edge special effects of the day. But he didn't overdo it. He didn't ask too much of the CGI. He knew what the limits were, unlike some films that came out later on. He knew to keep most of it as practical effects, and he stuck with the CGI only where he needed it, and that was of course the T-1000, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah.
And that was just incredible. I couldn't believe what I was seeing there, you know. But the story, because the thing with that film was that it really actually hit a note with me, and that's because I'm a child of the 80s, and nuclear war and nuclear holocaust was a very real fear for people my age, young people my age. And when I say a fear, I don't mean just in the back of your mind. I mean thinking about it all the time. And it's a really awful. It was an awful time to be thinking as a child about those sorts of things. And we'd sort of like we were just getting out of that when this film came out. And the film was like, hey, well, you know, maybe we won't blow everyone up, but maybe we're going to invent robots that will do it for us. And it's like, okay, win.
I mean, it's a great movie, honestly. When we think about the use of, you know, the computer special effects, but then also mixed with practical effects, I think it's a really, really great mix, and they got it right there. So no, very, very good choice, that one of Terminator 2. There's someone in the chat said it was 1991.
Okay.
I heard here, so yeah, just about hit the nail on the head on that one for
just
the
about.
year.
Okay.
Next question: do you prefer PlayStation, PC, or Xbox?
PC.
Yes. I mean, I think most people we've had on the interviews have said PC. We have had a couple of people say consoles, though. I know, obviously, we have the new next generation of consoles that have just come out. I think the Xbox Series released today, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe it did. Tim was asking, where's Nintendo Switch as an option? True. Yeah, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. I mean, I've got a Switch. I'm fine with the Switch, but I wouldn't say I still prefer my PC personally. So, and what is one thing that you like most about SCS?
I think I probably already said some of the things that I like most about it. Well, I can't just say one thing. I think the team is great. Everyone here is very knowledgeable, very friendly, very helpful. Everyone loves the product, and I think that the founders of SCS care about their employees as much as they do about the community, and that's a rare thing to see. So I think it's just a good mixture. It's a rare thing to see these days, in my opinion. And I think that this company's got a great thing going for it. They've got a great product, got a great community, and got a great team. And they've just made the right recipe for the success that is ETS2 and ATS. And it's just great to be on board and working with everyone that seems to be enjoying the process and enjoying being here as much as I do. So
yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that statement, and I think it's really amazing to think how the game can continuously, improve ever since its initial release in 2012 for Euro Truck Simulator 2 anyway, and American Truck Simulator a little bit later, and continue to build upon those same principles the entire time. And even to this day, we're still receiving different articles about us. We had one recently about PC Gamer, who just released the article about how they believe quietly Euro Truck Simulator 2 is the best open world game ever. Just the fact that you can drive from the very top of Norway all the way down to Turkey, and even further in some cases with other add-ons and stuff is really an amazing thing. And of course, the community that, like you said, that surrounds it with all sorts of different things. You have people that create mods like you did for yourself in the past and are very creative in creating things there, or just helping each other out, come up with new paint jobs, and just like you said, with the support with the World of Trucks events. It's really, really cool to see. It's a fantastic thing to have here for our games, and I think it's really, really nice. It's a different community. It's not a community that's always wanting more. There are some people who genuinely do care about the game and give very good and constructive feedback, which is fantastic to see. And another question here for you that we'd like to ask on the interviews is, and this is an interesting one, so you have to get creative with this one.
All right.
What is something that you would love personally, and this could be anything, no budget, no time constraints, nothing. What would you love to bring if you could bring anything to the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator Next? What would you love to see personally in the game? It could be literally anything.
Oh gosh.
It could be, I know people in the past have said they would like to see seasons, or some people have said that they would like to bring in X-Wing fighters, or it could be anything, literally anything.
Oh, I'd like to be able to hop out of my truck and walk around it after I've parked it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to be able to do.
Yeah.
That is not a promise that we're going to do that.
No, this is no means a promise. This is just something that personally Gavin would like to see in the future. It's a dream. We all have dreams here.
Yeah, I just like to be able to walk around my truck. I'm not saying I'd like to be able to necessarily do anything else, but I think, because it's just something that I felt I wanted to do, but the other thing, maybe, am I allowed to say two things?
Yeah, go for it.
Is maybe some atmospheric radio sounds in the truck for CB radio and stuff like that, and possibility in the future.
Little things that mean the immersion.
Yeah, just immersive things. But I don't want to give any false anticipation.
We always have to usually give this disclaimer, but when we talk about this question in specific, going, nah, this is just our own thoughts and personal opinions. It doesn't mean they're coming to the game, but it's just something that we would like to see, of course. A lot of the people here are very passionate about the game. Like myself, played the game before I joined SCS Software, and have a lot of wishes and stuff for it as well, and the community does as well, of course. If you would like to leave your feedback, or if you have any ideas and such that you would like to note down, putting them in the chat is fantastic, because it's kind of cool to see what all your ideas are. But the best place to put them is to head over to our forums at forums.scssoft.com. That means they're written there permanently for us to take an eye out, and our team do keep an eye on the forums of what you're saying as well. We do keep a very close eye on the official forums there. So forums.scssoft.com if you want to go put in some ideas, suggestions, wish list there.
Oh, I'm racing the train.
You are. Go.
I'm gonna.
Faster.
Faster.
Use the NOS.
Faster.
The NOS button. That's a fast train. That is a fast train.
Oh, stay on the road.
Nope. Stay within your line. Stay within your line. So you're not too far away from your destination.
No, I'm not. No.
You're about 2 hours away in game time. I think it's around what? I don't know how long that is. Usually, I guess it depends on how fast you're driving. What
Yeah,
do you
that's
reckon?
true. I don't know, 5 minutes. Who knows?
Maybe a little bit longer than 5 minutes, I think. Maybe I'd say like 15, 20 minutes, maybe, depending on your speed, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, as we get towards the end, you'll have to give me a heads up because then we could do the parking challenge for sure when you arrive towards the end
Oh, so
of your journey.
you need me to give you a heads up for the parking challenge.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'll be sure to give you a heads up for the parking.
I'm watching. I can see what you're doing, so you can't really get away with it. But we'll definitely, when we get a little bit closer, we'll get you set up for it. It's rather simple, but there's no pressure on it whatsoever. In fact, it reminds me, there is one thing that I need to do, which I haven't done, and I'm going to quickly do now, is actually bring up the leaderboards. Have you actually been watching?
Oh, look, plane. Landing. He's landed now.
Wonder which airport. Is that in, what airport would that be? Not too sure. Where are we at? What's our location? Copenhagen? Yeah, it'll be Copenhagen Airport. That one.
You know more
you're
about
heading
this area than I do.
you're heading past into Odense. But yeah, that plane would have been landed at Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very
Oh crikey!
Cool. Yeah,
I was looking there. I'm a ning nong. I was looking there and not realizing I was there. Sheesh, I'm tired. Yes, there we are.
But I was gonna bring up the leaderboard if you have been watching the previous streams on who holds the current title. I was originally first, but I'm not anymore because we did have someone who managed to beat my time. I'm not sure if you managed to catch Sissel's stream previously. Did you manage to watch that?
Unfortunately, I missed that one, but
That's all right.
I'll check it out retrospectively.
For sure. No, it was a very good stream. But yeah, currently the leader of the parking challenge. We've had a few people now who've joined us. We currently have Sissel, our 3D graphics designer, in first.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either. 1 minute 12 seconds and 64 milliseconds, and that was in Euro Truck Simulator 2. In second place, no need to flex, but it's myself, with 1 minute 13 and 60 milliseconds. And in third place, you have Raven, our research team lead, with a 1 minute 14 and 85 milliseconds. So it's quite close. That's all within what, 3 seconds of each other. So if you want to be in the top 3, then those are the times that you need to beat.
Oh.
And we'll see how you do. We'll see what kind of hard parking job that you get when you arrive at your destination. Hopefully the industry that you're arriving to is very kind to you and is going to give you an easy area. But obviously we'll let you get a bit set up and ready to go. We won't do it straight away. We'll get you set up and make sure you're comfortable and ready to go, and we'll explain the rules a little bit later. If you're just joining us, folks, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. We're joined by Gavin in the studio here. It's great for you to join us. Good to see your face as well. It's been a while, but
yeah, it's been a little while.
It has, yeah.
It was a little bit. I said to Nemiro coming back to the office here. I said, "Wow, it's been months since I've been back in the office now, and it just felt felt so strange."
It is, yeah. I was in the office last week just for like half an hour. It must have been I had a package that I needed to go pick up and a few things that I needed to sign. But yeah, it was very weird being back there. It was quite empty as well, which is it's very, very weird feeling.
Well, hopefully this business will be over and done with sometime soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, we can only hope for a better future at this rate. But yeah, if you're just joining us, folks, welcome, and you joined with us on the stream, and we're talking with Gavin. We've been chatting a lot with him. We're asking him lots of questions. So if you feel like you've missed out quite a bit, do not panic, because we have recorded this stream. We will be uploading it to our official YouTube channel, SCS Software. So go give it a little subscribe and smash that bell button, or whatever they say on the YouTube videos. Give it a like and a smash of the bell button to be notified of our video releases. You can also catch it here on Twitch as well. We're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/SCS Software, where the VOD will be available for 30 days. And we're also live on Steam as well. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see you on Steam. We've got people like Metal Zo, Antares, Best Marquez. Good to see you all, and Bill as well. Good to see you on the Steam chat, and lots of you as well, of course, watching on our Twitch. People like Elmo, Pell, and Cold Shadow here. We've also had quite a few different of our colleagues pop in as well. We've got Chenda, who's been watching along as well. We had Eric Rootkiller, who also popped in as well. We had Kate as well, who also popped in a little bit earlier to say hello. So we've had quite a few of your colleagues come along and say hello.
That's my team. So. That's my team.
That's literally the team there. Yeah, that is the team.
Looking around.
We also have Timmy here as well, of course. Yeah, good to see you, Timmy.
Speaking of Steam and what have you, Gabe, the owner of Steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Gabe Newell.
Yes. He's in New Zealand at the moment. I think he's...
I heard he's stuck there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw him on like a morning show or something, and he had this giant beard. And...
Yeah. They asked him, the New Zealand interviewers on the TV asked him the question. They put him on the spot, and they said, "So, what do you think, Gabe? PlayStation or Xbox?" And he said Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because Xbox is kind of obviously a bit more similar in PC terms, in terms of coding and such like that. Obviously coming from Microsoft, I wonder if that's why he prefers it.
Might be. I don't know
Maybe.
enough about. I don't know. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm a PC person, but maybe our community might have some ideas.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I haven't had a console since PlayStation 3. So, I mean, I own the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Very early on. I think I had like one of the earliest models. It was like 20 gigabytes or something like that.
You got the fat boy?
The big bulky one. Yeah, the big bulky.
Yeah.
So, but then ever since then, I've had a PC, and I have a Nintendo Switch. But yeah, that's a completely different thing here.
In Australia, my air conditioning.
Oh.
So I took it back and went up twice under warranty now. So we're not going to fix it again under warranty. What? We'll give you your cash back. And I said, well, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm going to Prague. I don't know if I need an air conditioning unit. So I said, because I like watching movies. So I said, do you have a Blu-ray player? And they said, no, well, we don't have. And then they said, oh, we can give you this PlayStation 3. It plays Blu-rays. And I said, okay, I'll have that one then. And so that's how I got.
There you go.
I wanted to watch movies. So they gave me all these games with it as well, up to 900 Australian dollars worth. I got a whole bunch of games, and I've played some of them. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's a cool way of
And my nephew came over, and he was a big PlayStation fan. And when he was staying with me over here, he played on the PlayStation all the time, and he was loving it. So it was great. It was good to have. So, but
yeah, of course.
I haven't had the Xbox. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, of course, a console is a cheaper solution, so it's a lot more accessible for them to play games, and I completely respect that. I started off on console as well, so. Yeah, and apparently there's a few issues with your mic just then, so sorry about that, folks. Hopefully we can get that sorted out in the future, and hopefully you can hear Gavin okay again, with no problems. So if not, I'm sure Philip is looking into the issue. I'm sure he can hear me on the other side here. So, but yeah, sorry about that, folks. Hopefully it didn't cause your ears to hurt a little bit more or anything. So with a bit of crackling. So.
Testing.
Well,
attention, please.
You are rapidly approaching your destination.
Yes, I am.
So, how are you feeling about doing the parking challenge?
Oh, let's just.
Would you say? I mean, would you say that you're quite?
Let's just do it.
Parking trailers or
no?
No.
We'll give it a go.
You give it a go.
We'll give it a shot.
Do you regularly reverse trailers? Would you say? Would you say like you've got a bit of experience in that at least, or not really?
I've reversed somewhat.
Somewhat. We'll take it.
Somewhat.
We'll take it.
So.
Someone's saying you should go for a sub-minute time from Jonathan in the chat. Sub-minute. Less than a minute. What do you think?
Well, if it's right in front of me, then I'll just drive straight forwards into it. And it'll be super
I don't think the
sub-minute.
harder option usually gives you that, unfortunately. But we'll see. We shall see.
Who knows? Okay, so.
All right, heading into the city of Odense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind visiting there myself one day. I wonder if we'd see some similarities. For
I
sure.
just wanted to show everybody that we've got.
Oh, go for it.
We've got the New Zealand flag and the Czech flag.
Look at that.
Yay.
That's it. Actually, somebody in chat was asking a little bit earlier, how do you find the Czech language? Is it something you've managed to catch on to? Because I always tell people that
I'm still learning
it. So
I'm still learning it. My wife is Slovak, which is similar to Czech, and it's hard for me to learn it, but I'm not going to give up. So we'll get there in the end.
That's good. I think you definitely know quite a bit more than me. I would say you're a bit more advanced than me in terms of the language. Yeah, it's not an easy one to learn. I seem to struggle a lot with it. I get by just a little bit, but other than that, it's not an easy one. But it's good to hear that you've got some help at home as well, I guess, though, which is maybe a bit of an advantage.
Sometimes my wife's family's house for Christmas or what have you, I'll try and say, but they'll correct me in Slovak.
Oh, right.
And then I get all kinds of confused because it's very similar, but it's not the same. It's very similar for you and I when we listen to it, but it's not the same. It's so I get things wrong, and then my wife has to tell them all, be quiet. He's learning Czech. Don't confuse him. So confused very easily. So.
All right, so we're arriving at your destination now. So what I'm going to need you to do when you head into this industry now, if you could go onto the marker that's right ahead of you there, very lovely, and then I'll need you to just stop your truck, and then I'll explain a couple of rules to you, and then we'll go from there. So just hover over the green marker here.
Okay.
Perfect. And if you hit enter. Perfect. Right, so before you select anything, in fact, you can select where do you need it. You can select that. The top one, very top one. That's the one that you want. Perfect. So you can continue with that. So what we're going to do here, basically, we've kind of said this to everybody who does the parking challenge, but basically the time starts whenever you start moving. You are free to use an external or interior camera. It's completely up to you. You can use what camera aids you want, if you want to use a top-down view or whatever. But most of the chat will probably roast you if you don't use the interior camera. So there's that. But that's completely up to you. Obviously, everyone's different at driving. But yeah, as soon as you're moving, your time starts. You have about a minute 13, 12 to try it and get your trailer in. You can see it there on the map there. So it's like straight ahead of you to the left and reversing it in, or however you feel is the best way to do it. So once the box goes green, then we stop the timer. So as soon as it goes green, we count that as in, and then we'll stop the timer. So I do have my phone here, but I like to nickname it as the SCS official timer phone. So I have the timer ready. As soon as you start driving, then we'll start the timer. So whenever you're ready,
I thought
continue.
Thanks,
confirm.
Thanks for all of that. I thought you said this is a laid-back, enjoyable experience, Gavin.
Most of the stream is until this point.
You've got me. I'm sweating buckets here now.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do this thing. All right.
All right. So as soon as you start going, the timer starts.
I'm going.
You're going. The timer has started.
I'm driving here.
He's driving here.
I'm driving here.
All right. Let's see how Gavin does. Now, chat. I want you to cheer on Gavin if you want. Maybe give him some tips. We can help out if he needs them. But let us know how you think he's going to do. I think I'm pretty confident in Gavin personally, but let's see how he does. He's got a pretty good spot here. I won't read that comment because that's just gonna make him a bit more nervous. But
Yeah, please.
From BR Tarso, we'll keep that comment from being heard. He can't see the chat, so it's okay. Oh, somebody's making predictions in the chat of time. You know what, Cold Shadow? If you get that time exactly correct, I will give you a key to a DLC of your choice that's available from the store. Now everyone's doing it. Okay, if someone manages to get it, we'll see. We'll see. Right, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's in a good position here. Looking very nice. All nice and lined up. Slow and steady wins the race. I think this could be a pretty spot on first attempt here, which is quite a rare occurrence here at SES Software streams, as many of you would know. Oh no! Is it going to give it to him? I think the game's been a little bit difficult here. Maybe just a little bit misaligned.
Which way do I go? No, the other way.
You go opposite way. Yeah, you move your wheel to the opposite way that you need it to go. That's it. It's a little bit confusing when you're looking from the front here. That's it. Keep it moving back. Keep it moving, I reckon.
Yay!
Boom, we're in. By the way, for the people that were, because I said about the key thing, for the people that were counting along in chat, that's not how it works. we had to guess the time. But good job, Gavin. Everyone's voting for that. That was a pretty smooth one. That was a pretty smooth one. How do you feel it went?
Me?
Yep.
I think it was like 2 minutes 20 or something.
Ooh, 2 minutes 20. 2 minutes 20. I mean, I feel like you did a pretty good job on the alignment of it. Obviously, first time round, you didn't make it all the way in. Unfortunately, just a little bit misaligned, but you did correct yourself pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's impressive. It's definitely better than some of the ones that I've seen here on the stream. So that's definitely to be something to be proud of. That's for sure. And,
actually, that was my very first hard parking.
Congratulations. I think for a very first try, that was very admirable. So let's give.
I think the only way is up.
The only other way is up. Did you say from up? Yeah, definitely. I think you can definitely improve.
The only way is up.
Hey, what? Okay, so let's get onto your lap time. So, I wish we had. You know when we in Top Gear, I'm not sure if you ever watched Top Gear, but they have the list of celebrity times. You have Jeremy Clarkson, and he just sits here and goes, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it this way, because I love doing it this way.
You did it in?
Gavin. You did it in.
Oh, God.
2 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
And 58 seconds.
58?
Oh. Minutes, 58 seconds.
God, so I was...
confirmation.
I was 38 seconds off in my estimate. Oh, well.
There you go. 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Though I think that's a very admirable job. Looking at the leaderboard, if I quickly just get it up here again, it doesn't put you, unfortunately, in the top 3. But I do think it might put you in 4th or 5th at the very top. Maybe. So you're not last, that's for sure.
So it's respectable.
Do not finished. It is definitely respectable. Just to remind everyone of the times, Namiro did it in a 4 minutes 06. So I mean.
Oh, I beat Namiro.
Done better than that. Ilona didn't finish.
I'm so never gonna let him live that down.
I mean, we'll have chances to do it again in the future. So you just need to practice for next time. But there you go. 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Very, very close. Did someone actually guess that time? I see someone saying here in the chat that someone actually may have guessed this time. I will have a look. I will have a look soon. But unfortunately now, that is all we have time for. Gavin, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the stream today.
Thank you very much.
For all your wonderful insights to your history and what you did before SDS, and then obviously what you're doing here at SDS. It's been really, really insightful, I imagine, for a lot of the community. So we really do appreciate you coming along and taking your time out this evening. Before we disappear, is there anything that you would like to say to the community?
I'd like to say to the community, look out for the next updates, and Merry Christmas. If I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas. Stay strong, keep your chin up, and we've got some more trucking fun coming your way. So it's a fantastic game. You guys are a fantastic community. It's a pleasure being here. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Alex, Mito, and the rest of the guys over there. I had a ball. I'm glad I didn't come last.
That's the main thing, right? That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream, and we look forward to the next one with you, of course. Colorado coming out on Thursday. All very, very exciting. So look out for more details about that. Make sure to add it to your Steam wish list. But until then, we'll see you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you're watching from. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. And again, also quickly, a massive thank you to everyone who makes the stream possible, Namiro, and also Philip. I know Philip's in the room, so thank you, Philip. We appreciate you. And we will see you again all very soon. So from all of us here at SCS Software, have a wonderful night. Bye, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.